Welcome to the Midwest. My name is Jesse, and welcome to Two Truths and a Dad Joke. And this is one of my favorite shows, one of my favorite formats that we do. We do a lot of other formats. If you're new to the channel, this is a channel focused on making better decisions and doing this with what we know about how our physiology and our psychology work. We use a lot of things when it comes to breathing techniques, biohacking, and other stuff like that. It's all about having fun, but it's all about living a better life. And I'm really excited to share that we're doing the Magic Mind January Challenge, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that here in just a minute. As a recovering college professor, I can attest this is a really common thing. Students of mine over the years, I was a college professor for 11 years, and they would genuinely read the material and actually do the work and retain very little of it. So today we're going to be covering two truths that really talk about how we can learn the best. So let's get into it. Truth number one, a brief period of wakeful rest can enhance memory and retention. So if you're like me, and if you're like so many people, when you're trying to learn something, you're just like, okay, I gotta get it. And we're trying to cram, and it seems as though the harder I work, the more I should be able to retain things, the better I should be able to remember things. But there is research that shows that wakeful rest after intentional learning improves our overall retention. So there was a study by Craig and Dwar, and I'll link that in the show notes below, and it showed that a 10-minute period of wakeful rest right after learning significantly enhanced memory retention. So here's what they did. They took two groups and they showed them a bunch of photographs. They said, we want you to remember everything you can about these photographs. And after that, they took one group into a quiet room. It was dimly lit. And they asked them just sort of to sit there. Just sit there and sort of just be relaxed. We don't want you to have to worry about thinking about anything specific, just relax. They took the other group and they did active things. They sort of, just, hey, let's have some fun. Let's talk, let's chat. After 10 minutes, they took the two groups back and they showed that the group that was engaged in the wakeful rest had a far higher retention rate. What this shows us is that there are unconscious processes that are happening that we're not really aware of when it comes to memory retention and memory formation. So how can we use this in everyday life? Well, this is something I find myself doing in everyday life, and maybe you find it in your life as well. There's something you really want to remember, and so you want to repeat it and just really focus on it. And then you're like, okay, I guess that's it. And you scroll on your phone or you move on to the next topic. Giving yourself time to say, I really want to remember this, and allowing yourself just to sit there. And I know it sounds boring and I know it sounds ridiculous, but just the fact that you're sitting there, you're allowing for those memories to take place and to really hold firm, so that you can remember them later on down the road, as opposed to saying, wow, I really was trying to remember these things. I was trying to learn it. I keep forgetting the same thing over and over again. So I want to hear from you. Is this something that you think you could implement into your life? Now, 10 minutes seems like maybe quite a while if you're learning a lot of things. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. What would that look like for you, and how would you implement that into your life? Maybe this is something you've done before. Let me know in the comments below. Actually, that reminds me, one of the things that I'm doing this month is I'm taking the Magic Mind Challenge. So the Magic Mind Challenge this month is basically I'm going to be taking Magic Mind every single day. Magic Mind is a nootropic that you've heard me talk about on this channel before. It is a blend of all natural nootropics that I have always liked, and ever since I've been in the health and wellness world, I've been a big fan of many of these, such as ashwagandha, bacopa, and there's a whole host of other ones that are in here. One of my favorites is phosphatidylserine. So I always have to shake it up. And this is one of those things about having a natural formula. There are some things that will settle in the bottom. So I shake it up really well. And so the way I take it is I will open it up and I'm going to drink half of it, close it up again, and then I'm going to shake it up and I'm going to drink the other half. That allows me to make sure that there's no sediment, there's nothing that I'm missing, and I get all the goodness. I'll be checking in with you all month about my progress and how this makes me feel. While I've taken a lot of Magic Mind in the past, I've never done a challenge like this. I'm gonna go the whole month and I'm gonna take Magic Mind every single day, and I'll give you a basic report on how this feels. So the beauty behind Magic Mind is that you get the benefits now, and it's something that also accumulates over time. Thanks again for being a sponsor on our channel. Truth number 2, spaced repetition is more effective than cramming when it comes to learning. One of the things that I've told my students in my classroom as a college professor, and one of the things that I remember hearing from my teachers, is that you should learn a little bit each day, and you're gonna get a better overall experience, you're gonna learn more, and you're gonna understand the material more, rather than if you were to cram for the test. And if you were like me, and let me know if you were like me, in college, hell, in all of my masters and all these times when I was in school, what I would do is I'd say, yeah, that sounds great, and then I would cram, and maybe you might get the questions right on the test, but the problem is, a few days later, you actually forgot most of that information. Let me know, has that been your experience? So this was actually demonstrated by a study by Cornell and Bjork, not that Bjork, at UCLA, and they tested this idea. They had participants who learned word pairs using 2 different methods, so spaced repetition and cramming. The results were clear. Those who used spaced repetition showed a 10 to 30% improvement in retention compared to those who crammed. And maybe you're starting to see a parallel between this truth and the first truth. We have to have unconscious processes take place for learning to occur. Whenever we're trying to learn something, it's not something that we're just like, okay, I can comprehend it in the now. It's something that we want to allow to translate over into that longer term memory. And what that means is we have to take into account memory consolidation. This is an unconscious process, not a conscious thing that we can just force to happen. And this is why taking breaks, this is why allowing for that memory retention to happen. And in this case, this is why learning over spaced amount of time, those things are going to be better for our overall learning experience than just trying to cram and just trying to make it happen. You can't white knuckle learning. I'm sorry, it just doesn't work. All right, and now we have come to my favorite part of one of these episodes, and that is the dad joke. This one is one that maybe I might tell my son someday. I probably will tell him later on tonight. Why do you never date a math book? Because I'm telling you, those things got a lot of problems. Okay, was it funny? What was it, just me? I don't know. I think it was kind of funny. You tell me, and if you have got a better math joke, let me know in the comments below. I really would love to know some better math jokes. And maybe there's a whole math joke book that we can put together, and we'll put it out on this channel together. We'll do like a crowdfunding thing. I don't know. You let me know. I want to thank you so much for being here for 2 truths and a dad joke. If there's other topics you'd like to discuss as we go forward, let me know. On Midwestern Method, what we're trying to do here is we're trying to make better decisions, because we believe that it is your actions that make your life better, not just ideas and just thinking about things. We really want to take better actions. And so if you're trying to learn, hopefully today is going to help you take those better actions so you can learn better, and so you can apply those things that you learn into your life. So thanks so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, and don't forget to go out there and be kind to someone today. Don't forget to get in on the Magic Mind Challenge. There's a discount code in the description box so you can get started today.